Hey, what's up, Arnimane? My name is Arnimane, and welcome to the 91st episode of Would You Rather. This is a series where I answer Would You Rather questions you guys left for me in the previous episode. And of course, if you have any Would You Rather questions, make sure you leave them down in the comment section below, and I will, of course, like I always do, answer them in the next episode. And speaking of episodes, if you missed any of the previous episodes, feel free to click on the link in the description below. It'll take you to the entire playlist, all 90 episodes that are there right now. We're coming up on the 100th episode, the big triple digit episode. So make sure you guys leave any suggestions for that special 100 episode. Right now I'm leaning towards a mass answering of Would You Rather questions, probably with face cam and all that stuff for you guys to enjoy. But of course, if you have any ideas, feel free to leave them down in the comment section. And but anyways, with all that mumbo jumbo stuff, let's just jump right into this week's questions. Starting us off this week, we have a question from Dark Teen Titan, who asks, would you rather drag your tongue on the floor in New York City, because it's the big tourist place, so it would be, really dirty and stuff like that, or have to hump every girl you see? As fun as it would be to go and, I guess I'm assuming you mean dry hump every girl I see, just kind of randomly run up to them and just start thrusting into them. I'm assuming that's what you mean, because if you mean hump as in I have to have sex with every girl I see, I might choose that. But I don't know, that's a lot of STDs I could get. But anyways, but I'm assuming you mean I run up to them and just kind of dry hump them, clothes on clothes kind of thing, and then just kind of like mischievously, just do it and have a little like cackle laugh as I do it and take off and run. See, the thing is, as fun as that sounds, as funny as it sounds as well, we'll probably then be in jail at some point, or getting knocked out in the face by, the girl's boyfriend or something like that. It's not really fun. I think I'd much rather just do the one-time lick New York City floor with my tongue, do a nice big right on the floor, don't give a fuck, no shits were given there, and just get it done and over with. You know what I mean? Like, this is a one-time thing where I have to hump every girl I see. And again, we don't know if that's the rest of my life or is that just for the day, but regardless, it's obviously going to be more than a one-time thing. I'll be humping more than one girl, of course, unless I don't go outside for that day. If it is a day, I don't know. But anyways, and you know how awkward it would be if it's like, the only person I see is my sister or my mom. Oh, weird. Okay, so we're getting into very bad territory here. Let's get away from that. But yeah. Like I said, like I'd much rather just do a nice, tongue licking on the floor of New York City's busy streets. Maybe in the Big Apple and all that stuff. Like I said, just because it's a one-time thing, get it done, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So anyway, thank you for your question, Dark Teen Titan. Let's move on to our next one. Ekton 324 asks, would you rather have to watch the same movie twice a day for the rest of your life? You can pick any movie, or have a syndrome where that makes you check all of your social media and messaging services every 5 minutes, but I am allowed to sleep. So as when I get tired, I'm able to just pass out and not be like up all night because I have to check my thing, check my Facebook and Twitter and YouTube every 5 minutes. The funny part about it is I kind of already do that. I have this thing where just not necessarily every 5 minutes, probably something less drastic, like every 30 minutes or something. I'll go and check Twitter or check YouTube and stuff like that, which is kind of funny now that I think about it. It's kind of sad. Not like much happens on there. No, but of course it's not that bad. Like, it's not every 5 minutes, but I think that would be kind of lame, to be honest with you guys. But I think I'd much rather watch the same movie twice a day. I don't know, because that's for the rest of my life. I have to watch it twice a day. I mean, the movie I would pick would be V for Vendetta. I love that movie. I never get tired of it. But I think it was to watch it twice a day for the rest of my life. Let's just say for the next, ballpark it and say 50 years. It no longer be V for Vendetta for me. It would just be another shitty movie. I would tie it in there with all the other movies I hate because I've seen it so many goddamn fucking times. But so that's really hard to say, because part of me wants to take the safer way out and do the social media thing. But then again, checking every 5 minutes can get me in trouble, especially if I'm doing it in, like, I don't know, a job interview. That could really fuck me over. And those, like, certain crucial moments in your life where checking your phone every 5 minutes will get you in a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So, so it's really tough. This is a tough one. I think, Jesus, turn down. I want to lean more towards watching my favorite movie twice a day for the rest of my life. Again, V for Vendetta. I wish maybe you can make it a little bit easier, so every year I can switch the movie. How about that? But yeah, I think I would go with that. Watch the same movie twice a day for the rest of my life. V for Vendetta, and then maybe I can get people hooked on it too. Who knows? I know a lot of people like it, but at the same time, a lot of people don't like it. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about V for Vendetta. Thank you for your question, Egg324. Let's move on to the next one. I am Paradise Ass. Would you rather do the cinnamon challenge once a day, or have the worst luck for a year? I always look at the time limits, time constraints, whatever you want to call it, on each of these would you rather questions. And cinnamon challenge once a day. Is that rest a day for the rest of my life, or once a day for a year? My guess it would be that, right? So I think they're both going on for a year. See, I don't know, because like worst luck, how bad is my luck though? Like, is it no matter what I do, I'm gonna end up broke? Am I gonna get hit by a truck? You know what I mean? Like, it depends on how bad that luck is. It's just simple things like, you know, I'm going to let's say a job interview, and of course I step in a puddle that isn't really a puddle, it's more like a fucking lake. And now I had to turn around and go back and change clothes and all that stuff. Is it that kind of luck? I want to say like that the pity kind of luck, or is it kind of like bad luck where I invest money and then I just go broke, just go bankrupt, and or you know, people are coming in and robbing my house every day kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really comes down to how bad is that luck? Like, what's the extent of that luck, or of that bad luck? Is it, like I said, is it going to be something where it's constantly life-threatening bad luck, or is it going to be something like, you know, it's just pity or petty bad luck? Like I said, stepping in puddles and having my puddles that are up to my waist, and I thought it was going to only be you know, toe high. You know what I mean? So, but the cinnamon challenge, I hate cinnamon. I absolutely hate cinnamon. Like the cinnamon hearts kind of cinnamon. You know what I mean? Like, so I hate that. Like, when you give me the cinnamon sugar, you know, put a little cinnamon on your pancakes, that's fine. I fucking love cinnamon like that. But when it's stuff like the cinnamon of like cinnamon hearts and stuff, you know, does that make sense to you guys? Fucking hate it. And that's how I picture the cinnamon challenge, because usually the cinnamon becomes like that really gross every fucking time you have it in a huge amount like that. And I don't think I could do that, especially if it's for a year. Oh my lord. But I can't. I don't want to risk that bad luck thing for a whole year, and because that'll be like the worst year of my life. That could just completely destroy me. Everything I worked on, everything I've built up, just gone. You know what I mean? So I think I'd much rather just take the safer route. Do the cinnamon challenge once a day. I'm assuming for a year, because you didn't give me a timestamp there. So yeah, so I'm going with that. I'm doing the cinnamon challenge once a day for a year over having the worst luck. Thank you for your question. I am Paradise. Let us move on to the last one. Michelle G asks, would you rather your job be challenging or easy? And it's funny, because like I think, I know, the lazy part of me wants to say easy, but at the same time it's like, if it's really easy, it means it's going to be really boring, which means I'm not going to really enjoy my job. I eventually get to the point where I'm going to hate going there, because I'm going to be so fucking bored all the time. But I also don't want it to be too challenging, because, you know, part of me is kind of lazy. It means, you know, the more challenging it is, the more work you got to put into it, the more effort you got to put into it. And sometimes, you know, it may end up being that where I'm spending more than, you know, my designated 8-9 hours a day. Well, I'm going to be dropping 12-18 hours a day, where I'm over exaggerating the 18 hours, obviously, but you know what I mean? So, which could take up a lot of time, and I won't have much time for free time. You know what I mean? I enjoy my free time. So, would you rather your job be challenging or easy? I want, to be honest, I would much rather go the middle. You know, sometimes I want easy days, sometimes I want challenging days. You know, you need that day where it kind of gets your mind going and stuff like that. To keep your job interesting, I guess you could say. So, but obviously that's not an answer. That's not something I can choose. So I'm probably gonna go with challenging. I guess that comes down to how challenging and what it is I'm doing specifically. You know what I mean? But I think no, I don't know. I want to say challenging because I feel like easy would be really boring. Like I said, and I would eventually just hate my job. At least with challenging, no. See, that's the thing though. If it's challenging, it may get to the point where it's so frustrating that I'll hate my job. Oh God, this is tough, dude. Dudette, Michelle, this is a good question. But honestly, I think for I guess safe, like to be safe with it, I think I'd much rather have an easier job. At least I know that I can keep the job. You know what I mean? There we go. That's what I'm going with. See, if it's an easy job, I know I can keep a job. If it's a challenging job, it means they're gonna be on my ass all the fucking time. And if I one fuck up, they're probably gonna, just get rid of me, kind of thing. Does that make sense? So that's why I'm going with the easier job. I'd much rather have that easy. Oh, then again, the challenging jobs have more pay. Fuck. I've like changed my answer 6 goddamn times now. Yeah, because the challenging jobs would probably have more pay, right? But the easy jobs would just be like, minimum wage. So fuck it. That's it. What this is all basing on is how much I'm getting paid. So I'm making the assumption that the challenging job would be a higher pay than the easier job. I'm going with a challenging job. Thank you for your question, Michelle G, and thank you everyone who's been submitting your questions. I always look forward to seeing what you guys have to submit, and if you have any questions you would like me to answer, make sure you leave them down in the comment section below. Of course, if you have any ideas for the 100th episode, also leave them down in the comment section, and don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to click subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, stay dirty. Yeah.